Happy Black History Month, everybody. This is the last day of Black History Month, so I hope that you have enjoyed it. You've told somebody Happy Black History Month at some point this month. I hope that you have actually paid homage to those who have made history in your town, your city, your county, your state. I know a lot of times we spend a lot of time on our national figures, but I hope that also we've paid attention to those locally who have paved the way for us to be able to do the things that we have in terms of being black in our cities and towns and states. So this is going to be my last post for a while. I have to study and finals are coming up, so I tend to disconnect from the world. It's kind of really awesome to not have to text and check social media and create this new type of discipline and actually being able to just call people on the phone and email. People tend to think that I'm nuts, but I even stopped texting. So it's I look forward to it a semester. Didn't think that I would, but I do. Um, so I wanted to be able to first, I guess, get some things that I've been thinking about. One of the things is the generational divide. I was having a conversation with my elders today, and then listening to people in my generation kind of talk about the elders, and I get both sides. I just hope that at some point both sides can come together and we can just learn from each other. Our elders have been doing this thing called life a little longer than us, and so they may have some learns that they can provide us. And sometimes it takes us being humble and asking them, and not waiting for them to ask us, because it's a relationship works both ways. It's not elders coming to us to tell us anything. It's not us being able to beg on our knees for something. It's us being able to say that we don't know anything about everything from both sides, and if we come together, we can know almost everything because our elders have the knowledge and the years and the experience about different topics, and the young people, like we have the innovation and the energy to do things, and together we can actually move mountains. I think that sometimes we don't depend on each other or reach out to each other in a manner that's beneficial to both parties. So that's that one thing. Second thing is, I know elections are coming up. I hope people aren't voting off of emotion. They're actually voting on people's policy and experiences. I personally hate elections. I hate the political system. I literally loathe it. And just because it's not people serving people, it's people serving egos, people serving money, people serving inanimate objects, but it's not people working for the people, it's people working for something else, which to me sucks. But I vote. I vote because people died so that I can have the right to vote. And for me, that's just enough to vote, even though I don't like the fact that you're choosing from one devil to another. And especially with the black vote, people tend to tell us anything and then get in office. And it's just like, hey, so what about this whole systematic racism thing? Um, Prison, pipeline from school to prison, and healthcare, and the fact that black folks are dying at an alarming rate, or the education system, or gentrification, or the fact that we're dying in the middle of like we're being killed, and there's laws called qualified immunity that protects police officers and other government officials from doing stuff that happens within the scope of their employment, or just the fact that it's cool for a city to not have clean water where there's a large majority of black folks or poor people or other brown people, or the fact that a lot of times politicians really don't think about us when they get into office, not the higher ones up, right? So I'm just like, hey, um, everybody keeps on asking me who am I supporting. I haven't talked to either of them, so neither of them, but I'm a vote. I'm just being real. Hillary hasn't really said anything that I liked. I really didn't like how she treated the Black Lives Matter activists, whether or not she agreed it was the right time or not. We're dying all the time, so anytime that we want to talk to the people who want to be our leaders is the right time, in my eyes. Bernie, I mean, I see the man and I hear the things that he's done and what he's done in the civil rights movement. I would love to see the person that he was chained to, if she's still alive, kind of talk about it. I would love to see or hear people who worked with Bernie who are black to kind of talk about their experiences with Bernie and give testimony onto why they think that he would be a good president from the civil rights movement. These are all things that would provide a stronger argument onto why he's better than Hillary. I mean, the things that he's done in the past is awesome, but he's an older man now, and he's seen the world and seen politics and bureaucracy. So for me, that can taint a person. But once again, I don't have a choice. I just know that I have to vote. Hillary, like I said, she's not my top pick, and that's just because of, like I said, how she treated people. I have a, I just, I'm just a, a girl trying to, live and make a difference. I've always wanted to change the world and be a lawyer. Um, it's funny how the world has changed me, and I'm still going to be a lawyer. Um, in closing, remember to love somebody, and not just love somebody, but tell them um, that you love them. But the somebody that you should love should be you first. Um, Not in this selfish way, but just love yourself. Um, Admire your skin, the skin that you're in, the hair that you have, the shape of your body. Admire the fact that you're able to do things that other people can't do. Um, Give yourself a standing ovation for just being you, so that you can give someone else a standing ovation for just being them. Don't get caught up in the hype. It's not worth it. Understand your value and respect and love yourself, because if you don't, then no one, you can't ask anyone else to, and you don't really understand the value of anyone else because you don't understand the value of your reflection. So I say all that to say, have an amazing night. I will see a lot of you in my travels, and if anybody even watches this thing. um, but I wish you all well, and I will, I guess, see social media again in May. But until then, I'm out.